Will it ever change? It was just like
All the
said.
dragons are dead.
Well done. If we had more people like you, then it would probably never have gone this far.
Why he gets so worked up. He listened to the wrong people. His deeds were just.
Enos enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
Where did you pick that up then?
That's not what I heard.
That was obvious. There's an... One less monster around.
You didn't look all that hot.
My headaches are getting almost unbearable. And now these lizard people are constantly attacking me, too. I've got to ask myself where they all come from. I think I'll have a rest first.
Where's Xardas?
He's gone. And he left these demonic beings behind in his tower. I think he doesn't want anyone sniffing around his tower in his absence.
Where did he go?
He didn't say. He only asked me to give you this letter from him. I read it. Sorry, I was curious.
And?
No idea. I didn't understand a word, man. But one thing's clear to me. We won't see him again anytime soon. I think things just got too hot for him, and he headed for the hills.
Can't go on like this forever.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That's just what I said. You'd better watch out who you tell that to.
I couldn't get away with that.
You already know what I think.
That was no big deal.
I killed all the dragons.
Really? So there's more than a glimmer of hope on the horizon. Now all we have to do is cut off the head of evil. If you have indeed done that, then we shall win the war.
Who, me?
You, of course. Who else?
I've got no time for things like that.
That's just what I said.
Nobody wants to know.
Who told you that?
The path of virtue is long and rocky.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
I talked to the dragons.
What did they say?
They kept talking about the power of their master and how he settled in the halls of Xardas.
Enos be with us. The Black Temple has regained its power and is now sending its henchmen into our world.
That was no big
All the dragons are dead.
That is good news indeed, but it does nothing to change our situation, which seems hopeless. The Seekers still have not left. On the contrary, I hear more and more reports that during these last few days their numbers have even increased. Killing off the dragons has dealt the enemy a blow, but it did not suffice. We need to dig this evil out by the roots.
That's just what I said.
What are these halls of Irdarath?
The Eastern Invocation Temple of the god Beliar. There are 4 of them in the land of Mirtana, but this one is probably the most terrifying temple of all. About 40 years ago, the northern and western temples of this horrible deity were destroyed. The brave knights of that time gave their all to raze those mighty constructions to the ground. Back then, the black hordes of the enemy were helpless against the superior numbers and the heroic courage of the knights and paladins. It would have been easy to destroy the other 2 temples as well and rid the land of evil forever. But after the second temple fell, they simply disappeared.
Disappeared? An entire temple? Yeah, right.
Do not mock me. The situation is serious. If the halls of Irdarath have indeed regained their power, then it will not be easy to defeat the enemy. For that, you would have to find it first. And I think that this will be your next and hardest task.
We shall see.
You really think?
Xardas's book, which was believed to be lost. Where is it?
I have been expecting you would ask that, but I fear that it will be of no help to you. It has been magically sealed. I took it to one of our lower vaults, and even we have so far tried in vain to open it. That accursed Xardas has played a dirty trick on us.
Can I see the book?
Be my guest. I cannot imagine you being successful where the greatest masters of our monastery have failed. But go ahead and give it a try. Talamon is not going to stop you.
What about a little blessing?
May Enos...
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
That'll only cause more trouble.
I used to say that myself.
You should have known better.
I've got no time for things like that.
I need a few things.
Do you really think?
You don't have to tell me that.
I always act in the name of Innos.
That's no secret.
That's totally obvious.
You don't have to tell me that.
You should have known better.
I'm staying out of it.
That's just what I said.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Those are all just rumors.
Innos deals out fair punishment.
You already know what I think.
It had to happen sooner or later.
It can't go on like this forever.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Nobody ever asks me.
You can't rely on that.
I never would have thought.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back.
Pyrokar says I'm allowed to examine Xardas's book.
Tell you.
So he says that. All right.
Can't go
You
on
may
like this
enter.
forever.
The book you are looking for is over there
secret.
on the alchemist's bench.
Anything's possible.
That's no secret.
So it says in the scriptures.
It had to happen sooner or later.
You should have known better.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
That's nothing new.
Tell me that isn't true.
Zarek Bandardo. Ah, the book's open. There's a letter and a key hidden inside.
No idea. You tell me.
Nothing's ever gonna change that. Those are all just rumors.
Nobody wants to know.
Those are all just rumors.
Can't rely on that. You don't have to tell me that.
If he ever asks me,
I've got no time for things like that. No idea. You tell me.
as if I don't.
In there.
Do you really think?
Been there, done that.
You already know what I think. You should have known better.
Only.
That's totally.
It had to happen sooner or later.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Same old thing all over again. Same.
Better watch out who you tell that to.
You don't have to tell me that.
You already know what I think.
He really should have known better.
Nobody ever asks me.
I couldn't care less.
That's totally obvious.
Nobody wants to know.
Who told?
I've got no time for things like that.
Could have told you that before.
I couldn't get away with that.
Those are all rumors. I never would have thought.
The path of virtue is long and rocky.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
That will never do.
I always
Can't rely on that.
It's totally obvious.
Tell me that isn't true.
As if I don't have enough.
You can't rely on that.
As if I don't have enough problems.
wants to know?
Nobody ever asks me.
I couldn't care less.
You can't go on like this forever.
So that's where you're hiding out. Damn far away. I'll need a ship to get there.
Hey, I heard you spent a long time in the monastery cellars. What did you find out?
Possible.
I couldn't care less.
I know now where the enemy is hiding. It's a small island not far from here.
This is our big chance. We have to set out at once and destroy evil forever. Have you talked to Diego about it? I think he would want to accompany you. What about Gorn?
That isn't true.
Talk to him. I heard that he has returned from the Valley of Mines. And don't forget Lester. If you don't drag him out of his valley, he'll rot there. I also know my role in all this. I can increase your mana and be helpful in constructing runes once we face the enemy. When do we start?
As if I don't have enough.
Welcome aboard. We should meet at the harbor. Wait for me there.
Good. I'll be there when you're ready.
You don't have to ask me that.
I've got no time.
Where shall I look for a captain?
Ask Jorgen. He's a sailor after all.
Change that.
He should still be in the monastery. But if he can't help you, you'll have to look for someone on the farms or in the city who can navigate your ship. The best thing to do is to talk to Lee or go to the harbor of Khorinis.
Change.
I can't think of anything better at the moment.
I never would have thought.
I've got no time for things like that.
Anything's possible.
I used to say that myself.
I never would have thought.
I've been able to open Xardas's book.
What? How did you do that? It well nigh drove me to despair.
He really should have known better.
That's totally obvious.
Xardas told me the trick.
Ah,
was
is
no
that
big
it?
deal.
How interesting. I can only hope for you that Xardas's bad influence is not going to spoil you. I am warning you. Do not fall for the tricks of that old devil. You might come to regret it.
The things I could tell you.
I know where to find the halls of Irdarath. The temple is on an island. I found a nautical chart which shows the way.
That is great. Then you will need a ship and a crew in order to face the enemy. But remember, you need to be well prepared if you want to vanquish the Master of Irdarath.
Where can I find a crew?
Your crew should consist of men you can trust. Talk to your friends and think about who could be useful to you once you are on the island. You are going to need a magician as well. But alas, I cannot spare a single man from the monastery. You will have to ask a magician who is not working within the monastery.
Thing all over again.
Jorgen is an experienced sailor. He could help me get to the Isle of Irdarath.
That will not be so easy, I fear. He has signed on to work for the Brotherhood. He has neither paid the tribute nor brought us a sheep. Jorgen must finish his work first. Then you can take him with you if you like.
How long will it take?
He used up the provisions which would have lasted a novice 3 weeks, and all on the first day. So I cannot let him go before he has worked hard in our gardens for 3 months.
You don't have to ask me that.
What are the tears of Innos?
The tears of Enos are nothing but an...
That's just what I said.
I see.
I do not know whether you...
Their punishment.
Do you really think?